Hey guys, Fix It John here. We're out here at the gas grill. This is a Genesis 2. What's happening? I came out the other day to cook some hamburgers, and it took forever. I mean, it was working, but it just took forever. The grill wasn't performing like it should be. I think it came up to like 300 degrees, and we were able to cook our hamburgers over a period of time. But normally this grill will get up to 600 degrees. So I'm going to show you what I have going on. It's like it had run out of gas and just wasn't getting enough pressure into the burners. So I'm going to show you in here, and we're going to take a look at it. Hey, there's my helper, by the way. His name's Scoop. He's always helping me and making sure I'm doing things right around here. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be getting anything done right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this cover off here. I'll just take both. I'm going to take both of them off so you can see what's going on under here. So I come out here the other day and I turn on the gas. Closing the lid. There's the flame right there. Now, I think I always check to see if there's a flame on there. But I come over here and I have a gauge on my tank. And it's kind of, there's condensation there, but if you see that little white, needle? Well, I thought the tank was empty. I thought, oh, I need a new tank, because it took forever. I mean, the flames just did not get big. So, let's see the size of the flame there. And they look pretty good, but they're not performing like they should be. I mean, it just takes forever. So that's all the way up. That is turned all the way up, all three burners. So, I changed the tank out. So I shut this gas off just like this, take that off, put a new tank on, and I open it up. The reason why I'm going through this long step is you guys might have the same issue going on. But with this tank, we can see what's going on. So I turn it back on. Brand new full tank. And I'm like, what? Something's wrong there. Always leave this lid open when you're lighting the grill so it doesn't blow up on you. Otherwise the gas will build up there and go boom. So there we have it. They're coming on, but they're not performing like they should be. So what it is there's a flow limiting device in here, and it shuts the gas down, not all the way, but just partially. Just in case there's a leak, say this hose rips open or something, it'll limit the amount of gas that can come out of this regulator. And that's what it's doing now. It's the tank gauge thinks it's empty because it's limiting the amount of gas that's coming out of the regulator. There's the flame. It's blue and orange. Just not performing like it should be. So on a side note, guys, there's a thermal sensor built into the interior of that regulator hose, and it'll automatically shut the gas off if it reaches say there's a fire and it reaches 115 to 150 degrees. That thermal sensor in here will shut off. I don't know exactly where it is. I'm kind of curious, but it'll shut the gas flow off, and that way the tank doesn't blow up. But what we're looking at today is a device called the flow limiting device. And what it does is if it detects a change in gas pressure due to a leak, improper, if there's a blockage, a bad connection between the manifold and the gas source, and there's an opening, and there's a leak rather, it'll limit the amount of gas coming out of this propane tank, because there's like 145 to 200 pounds of PSI that can be stored in this tank, depending on temperature. So what you have to do, if you have a flame that's not performing well, not cooking your dinner, and sometimes that limiting device can shut all the way off, shut your gas all the way off. And if that's the case and you can't reset it, you'll have to buy a whole new regulator. These don't last forever. I've replaced this one before. I replaced this one last year, as a matter of fact. But what you have to do to get that flame up is you need to shut the gas off at the tank all the way. And that'll shut the burners off. And you need to leave these open. That way, this line here and this line here that's going to the valves, these valves here, the pressure can equalize. So if you close these valves off first, let's say we have this issue and we close these valves off and then close this valve off, the sensor is going to detect an imbalance in gas pressure, and when you turn it back on, it will continue to run slowly. The burners won't perform still. So we closed this valve here. We left those valves open. That way all the gas and all the air in this line here, from here to that metal line to each valve, will equalize the same pressure. Once that equalizes, we can come back over here. And it only takes 5 seconds. You don't have to remove that thing. You don't have to remove this Acme fitting. You just need to leave these open. So now we'll close these. If you come over here and you open this valve up too quickly, it will activate this flow limiting device in this regulator. But typically, if the line is equaled out in pressure, it's not gonna affect anything. I'll open it up real fast just to show you. Okay, did you see that go around? I opened it up fast, so. Or there's the gauge right there. So now we come over here. These burners are off. We'll turn one burner on and light it. Turn another one on. Another one, light those. Now let's close it and see how high the flame is. Look at the flame rocking back and forth. Well, it's windy, but the flame is much higher. It's not lighting there at the back and keeps floating up because that's all the air coming in. Let's see if I can get a shot from this side. See the flame? It's a little bit hotter, a little bit higher. Performing a lot better, and I can feel the heat. All right, I'm going to show you the difference again with a weak flame. I've got it propped up, so let's see if we can tell the difference. So all I'm going to do here is simulate this again, the flow limiting device, by turning this off. So when I turn it on, I left these burners on over here, so it's going to think there's a leak or something. So watch that gauge. See there? Still there. There's the gauge. Now it'll light. Let's see what we got in here. But the flame is not as high as it was. I mean, it was just shooting off the burner. See there how low and steady it is? Seems like a good burn. I mean, it'll get your burgers done or your steak, but it'll take forever. Especially if you like them well done like I do. simulate it one more time to get my message across. I'm going to shut the gas off here. I left these burners on right here so the airline will equalize. Shut these off. Let me leave these on and see if I can get it to come on if I turn the valve real slow. That way it won't detect the leak as quickly. Yeah, there it went on. So I need to light this right away because I've got gas. I hope you can tell a difference, but that's it right there. That's how you reset a flow limiting device on a gas grid. Oh yeah, one more thing. Before shutting it off here, shut it off here. So next time you come back, the airlines will have equalized themselves and it'll fire right up again. So we'll leave them on for a second. That way the air equalizes out, and I'll put this all back together. So if you guys like videos like this, like and subscribe. Say hi to my dog Scoop. He watches everything I do to make sure I get it done right. Remember, this is Fix It John. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.